Hi, it's Abon975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox One. And today I'm going to take some journeys in my Type 7 in Open, with all the thrills and spills that Open has to offer. Because I am constantly told by people who don't play in Open that Open is some sort of hazardous, toxic environment in which you are griefed the moment you leave the dock. So let's travel a long distance and deliver a large amount of painite. And then I'm going to travel a long distance and deliver a large amount of low temperature diamonds. Now, I did this before the recent nerfs and patches and recorded this footage, and so this was when the high cell was as filled full of people as was going to be. This is when you were still getting 1.6 million a ton for diamonds, and this is when I was getting 900,000 per ton of painite. So in both instances, they're fairly, busy places in the game. Now, as you can see, I'm in a Type 7. Now, my Type 7 is reasonably armoured. I've got about 400 shield strength on there. I've got a little bit of armour. I've got no module reinforcements or hull reinforcements. However, I do have a few armoured modules. My thrusters are B rated to have a little more integrity. My power plant's armoured. There's a few things I've done just to make myself a little more survivable. Because I play in Open, all of my trade ships follow the simple rule that the second biggest slot that I've got available will be a shield. I don't run any shieldless trading ships. I don't run a shieldless Type 9 or a shieldless cutter. And as a rule, I always have that shield as the second biggest slot in the ship. And I will be totally honest now, in 5 years, I have died less than a handful of times to players in my Type 7, my Type 9 or my Type 6. It's definitely not even 10 times across the 5 years that I've been playing in Open on Xbox, winging it around, going to fairly dangerous systems. I mean, I always used to do the community goals in a Type 7, and that was when I ran the biggest risk. But I understand that if you're going to go to a community goal, you're taking a risk. I went to Shinrarta Dezhra last night in an Asp Explorer. And that's taking a risk because it's Shinrarta Dezhra. That's one of those places where people go. I always love the people that tell me I got killed for no reason, and then I'm like, well, what were you doing? I was doing the community goal, and I was delivering stuff for the Federation faction. Okay, so were you killed by an Empire player? I don't know. He killed me for no reason. Well, no, he probably killed you because he's an Empire player, and you're pledged to a Federation power play faction. That's not no reason. That's a very clear and defined reason, as justified by power play, which is something that was put in the game to encourage players to engage in PvP. I'm not seeing that as no reason, and that for me is, if you understand how Open works and you understand the places to go and the places not to go, Open is pretty safe. It's it's the same as wandering around the city that you live in. There are maybe certain neighbourhoods that you just kind of go, you know what, 3 in the morning, a bit drunk, I'm not going to walk through there. That may not be the safest. But, on the whole, in daylight, that place is safe as houses. It's one of those. It's just, if you have a little bit of understanding of where you can and can't go, or where it isn't safe, Open is incredibly safe. I mean, I did stuff during this trip that was completely hazardous. I didn't even arrive in the final system with enough fuel to adequately jump away. I would have been struggling to find somewhere close enough to jump to refuel. I took a risk coming here. That's something I wouldn't normally do, but in showing you how non-dangerous Open is, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go up there on fumes, so if anyone tries to jump me, I can't really escape and evade that easily. And lo and behold, even taking those sort of risks, I make my delivery, and I don't get attacked even once. I didn't even see another player. Xbox Open is not that dangerous. Now, I can't speak for PC because I don't play on PC, but I kind of don't believe all the horror stories about PC being that bad. We have griefing factions on Xbox. We have people that will kill you for no reason. We have people that will kill you just because you have a docking computer. But on the whole, we don't have anyone that can instantly gib you before you can high wake. There are very powerful ships out there with commanders that are hell-bent on murdering everyone. But if you play sensible, if you play smart, if you stay aware of, the hollow boxes and the hollow triangles around you, it's not that dangerous an environment. And in fact, the little bit of risk is what makes it enjoyable for me. As a space trucker, I want a space truck where there's a little bit of risk involved. You know, and NPC pirates just do not cut it for me. They don't offer that element of risk. I know full well, if I get attacked by an elite anaconda in my Type 7, I can just boost away from them and then jump out. They're a bit too slow. So I do like the inclusion of players trying to pirate me, players trying to attack me. The reason I joined the Dark Marauders was I was a trader and I really enjoyed being pirated by them. They were gentlemen pirates that didn't gank me or kill me, they just asked for a little bit of cargo, you know. And I thought, you know what, I'll give that a go. I've never tried piracy. And I've got to say, I've never regretted joining the Dark Marauders. But in all honesty, I would not want to play in a PvP game in an open environment that didn't have an element of risk. But it's not that risky out here. And that's all. Thank you very much for watching.